Hello everyone, I'm back again with another video, and in this video I wanted to talk about a recent interview that Barack Obama did with Complex. In this interview, he talked about a lot of things. He talked about some of the things he did as president. Specifically, he addressed what he did for Black people as president, and another thing he talked about, which is what I will be discussing now, is he was asked whether he would defund the police. And, you can see the question and the answer to his question on the Complex Instagram page. But he, the answer to that question that he gave was that he said no. And he talked about how he would, he does believe that we should rethink how we do policing in a lot of communities. And he talked about how the phrase defund the police, it implies that police are the only source of the problem. He also talked about how, because kind of what he was saying was like similar to the phrase of reform. And, the interviewer Speedy, he said, we've heard reform before. But Obama responded by saying, but we haven't tried robust reform. He said, we haven't tried robust reform. And, he's seen instances where robust reform has actually, made progress and has actually worked. So I just wanted to talk about that response because this phrase defund the police has, really started, taking shape when the protests started. It's a phrase that you've been hearing a lot in the protests and in the demonstrations for the past few months. And I wanted to talk about this phrase for a minute. And just to say, like, when you hear phrases like defund the police, abolish the police, specifically addressing defund the police, they get a lot of money. They get billions and billions of dollars. And, when people say defund the police, they mean that billions and billions of dollars that the police gets, specifically, especially the NYPD, we can take that billions and billions of dollars, some of those billions, if not all of us, we can take some of those billions and we can invest it into other communities. We can invest it into other things, that people need: education, healthcare, low income communities, things like that. So like the communities where Obama was talking about, where, we can rethink about how we do policing in some of the communities. Defunding the police, one of the things we can do with the money that we, take from the amount that police usually get, is that we can use the money to fund housing in those communities, make those communities better. So that's what the phrase defund the police, really means. And I believe that even though Obama said, that no to defund the police, I believe that a bit of money should be taken from, how much the NYPD gets in order to fund, other things. I do believe that. And then speaking on the phrase of abolish the police, a lot of people stray away from this phrase because they feel like when one says abolish the police, the first thing that comes to their mind is, that we can't live without the police, and that the first thing that comes to their mind is no police at all. And then the second thing that comes to their mind is like just complete anarchy due to there being no police at all. And I also wanted to touch on that as well by saying, when people say abolish the police, abolition, they're not saying to just have nothing, by getting rid of police, by getting rid of the system, that's to have nothing. They're saying, to get rid of the current system that we have now and to replace it with something new, something better. That's what, abolish the police, that's what that phrase means. It's not to just completely have nothing and just have, total anarchy and chaos, but it's to replace with something better. That's something, just to replace with something better. And I just wanted to clarify that because I feel like a lot of people, like I said, I feel like when a lot of people hear abolish the police, they like to stir away from that phrase because of, what I just said, because they feel like, their first answer is, we can't live without the police. What are you going to do with no police? And I just wanted to clarify and make that clarification on that. But I also feel like that, Obama's his response to that question is really interesting, and it's also a kind of response I would, expect from him. But I also don't think of him negatively, from that response. But I did find parts of it interesting. Like I said, like the robust reform. I wonder what exactly he meant by that. Definitely, leave a comment on this video if you have an idea of what he means by robust reform as opposed to reform. And then also just leave a comment on the video of what you think about Obama's answer, about Barack Obama's answer, and what do you think about these phrases, defund the police and abolish the police. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, give my insight on that, and just clarify what exactly the phrases defund the police, abolish the police, what exactly those phrases mean. And thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and definitely leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.